What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to review round 21, Port Adelaide versus Sydney at the Adelaide Oval, with Port Adelaide getting their job done by 112 points. Yes, I said that correctly, 112 points. Now, a lot of you are probably sitting here going, Anthony, finally you released your review, and finally you did your review. Been waiting for so long. Yes, I did get my hungover ass out of bed and finally be able to talk about what has been a game that I have watched twice, both in person, being there last night on the hill, and then secondly, obviously watching the game back today. It's just exceptional viewing, and I'm just in awe right now, still shocked that the top of the ladder Sydney Swans, who, but to be fair, are out of form, have been beaten by Port Adelaide, who are 7th, just come off a good win against Carlton. No one expected us to come out and do that. Not even Port supporters. I don't even think the players thought they could come out and possibly do that. But they did it, and they were relentless. And that's the key word of this whole review, relentless. So let's get straight into it. Let's review round 21. 37,000 people witnessed what could be the definition of the AFL possibly bringing in a mercy rule. That game was beyond any sort of dream for Port fans to watch. Beyond any sort of dream Ken Hinkley could have had in turning up on a Saturday night in a big game, in a game that a lot of people expected the Swans to bounce back. People still don't rate Port Adelaide. Coming to the Adelaide Oval, and they rocked up. Well, Port did. Sydney didn't. They didn't rock up until, well, never, really. It was a training drill. A dead set training drill. There's not one positive you could say for Sydney, and there's not one negative you could say for Port Adelaide. That's the purest of ways to describe this game of footy. And from the get-go, the pressure from Port Adelaide was elite. It was exceptional to watch. Purely as a spectator of football, if you sat there and watched Port Adelaide put that performance on the field, you're sitting there going, right, that is the pinnacle of pressure. That is a great attacking footy. They were relentless time and time again. I expected us to have that great first quarter, and then it'll probably be a little bit of a slogfest, similar to Geelong. That Sydney would work their way back, and after the first quarter being 45-0, that's exactly how I thought the game would go. No, it ended up being 70-0, which I think is a record for a top of the ladder team to be 70-0. Especially halfway through the second quarter, and they kicked their first goal, Sydney, from a free kick. Heaney kicked their first goal with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. It was, at one stage, I think half time, 86-9. It ended up being. It was just, I don't even know how to put this into words, because it was amazing to watch. Like, you sit here and you just look at Rioli kicking goals, Georgiades kicking his goals, and our forward line working a treat. Asaba Radagali was taking every contested mark under the sun. Dixon was taking his marks and being a chase down, tackling, full forward, tall man who apparently can't move, but now has sprinting legs. It's just, that first half was one of the best halves of footy I've seen Port Adelaide play ever. It's not even just this season, it's ever. We found our little ticker. We found our ticker. We found a way to just continue on. We found the relentless thing is such a big thing for me, because even still at half time, I reckon we're all sitting there going, all right, this game's over, but how are we going to finish this game off? Is it going to be that, right, we scrape over to 112-65, Sydney win the second half, or they come back within 40 points, it's one of those games. But no, we put the foot to the floor. And even then, you look through the third quarter, and it was just constant. The 100 mark became a target, and I could sense that in the way that we were playing. The 100-point mark was a target, and that was a true statement to find that. And then 3 minutes to go in the last quarter, Boki kicks a fantastic goal from the pocket to put us 100 up, and Ollie Wines finishes it off after the siren. I'm amazed about this performance. I'm amazed at 112 points. I'm shocked, bewildered. I don't understand how it's possible, but it happened. And yeah, it's truly unbelievable to witness that we completely shut out any form of Sydney momentum. They never ever looked like being a part of the game. The midfield group of Rosie, Butters, Wines, Drew were just incredible through that midfield group. Drew's job on Warner was fantastic. Rosie and Butters didn't have to have a lot of the footy. I mean, Butters had 30 and Rosie 27. Wines had 31. Wines' month is really in his Brownlow form at the moment. Like, his last month has been truly exceptional. His game last week against Carlton was a gutsy performance, and he did that so well. And his game against the Swans was even better. I thought the way he was contestedly, building his way into the game, and his skill set was unbelievably well produced for his ability. There was a time in I think the first quarter or the second quarter, he's literally come third or fourth into the contest, seen the Swans player with the ball. He's already been tackled, and he's gone, no, we're not having a stoppage here. He's just ripped the ball out of his hands and gone on and got a clearance and got an inside 50 for us. Like, it's Wines producing that type of footy is what's going to give us even more of a chance going into September. Didn't get the opportunity to do that last year when we went out in straight sets. But this year, there's something a bit different about Ollie. And I think he's starting to really find his confidence and his groove. And, that last month I keep talking about, he's had that momentum. And I just hope now, 3 weeks to go before, the potential of finals, I think he's going to be a real big asset. And, I'm just really pleased. Down back we were, exceptional. Dan Houston has to be an All-Australian. Halfback flank again, he's been unbelievable. Leary in his 150th was truly exceptional. Zerk Thatcher, everyone played their part throughout the night. There was not one bad performance throughout the entire time, and it's just a full credit to everyone. It's a full club credit, on the field, off the field. We bag a lot about Ken and the coaching group, but they deserve a round of applause for that as well, because the execution of a plan and the performance, I think, was beyond what anyone possibly expected to be, the perfect level. We went above that, and I don't know how we did it. I had people messaging me after the game being like, who's this Port Adelaide? This is not Port Adelaide. What's going on? These imposters aren't Port Adelaide. These are Space Jam. Like, this is incredible. So, I think for us to put in a performance like that and continually kick goals, 148, we kicked 21, 21-16 or 22-16 for the night. It's incredible. It truly is incredible. I can't believe what I witnessed. I just can't believe it. So the fact of the matter is, we sit here now. We're going to be, finishing, I think, the round in the top four. We're a game ahead of some of the big teams that were considered to be top four, top two specialists. Carlton lost, and Geelong just scraped across the line against the Crows, and the Giants scraped across the line against the Hawks, and the Hawks are now 2 games out, or 1 game out. So it's breathing space. And with 3 rounds to go, the D's, the Crows, the Dockers, we should win all 3 now, based on the form. You can't come out of a performance against the Swans, 112-point winners, and then, falter. There's just a little bit of a mental shift, and I'm starting to believe now it's gone from, right, can we do this, to we will do this. And I'm not talking about winning a flag. I'm talking about making finals, and they've changed their mentality, Port, and it's ruthless, it's relentless, it's pressure-based. The game plan has become that pressure base again that we've wanted and we need for us to succeed. And we look at what we've conceded in terms of points over the last 3 weeks. The Tigers kicked 70. Obviously, the Blues kicked 65, and obviously the Swans, kicking only 36. Like, that defensive pressure and that ability to be around the contest and continually apply it and hunt. The hunting from the Port Adelaide Football Club against the Swans was incredible, and that's now what we got to produce for the rest of the year. And if we do that, I'd be aiming for a home final at a minimum if we continue through this and win our last 3 games as well. But it's 1 week at a time. 1 week at a time. For now, we celebrate this because this is incredible. I'm going to go watch Boki's goal again, I reckon. That's what I'm going to do to celebrate. Well, Port fans, that's my review. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts about the game and what you specifically liked about it all. It's a complete performance. I'm so happy. It caught me off guard. I'm still in shock about it, and I still have to take it all in, but I'm so impressed, and hats off, Port. Very, very impressive. So looking forward to seeing what we can produce for the next 3 weeks. But for now, I'm going to soak it in, beating the ladder leaders. Port Adelaide on top in this one. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content to come your way. My name's Anthony, and as always, count the pair.